The puff adder is a stocky snake that can move surprisingly fast for its size. It will make a loud huffing sound when disturbed, hence the common name puff adder. Though not considered a tree climber, the puff adder will climb trees and rocks to bask in the sun. Most of the snake's time is spent on the ground, where its camouflage will help it blend in with the environment. It is an easily identified viper species with rough-keeled scales and chevron markings along the body. This adder's broad head with its massive venom glands are unmistakable. It's one of the fastest striking snakes in the world, with a very potent cytotoxic venom that causes severe necrosis. The fangs measure up to 2 centimeters long. It's an ambush hunter that preys on a large variety of animals, preferring rats and mice. A very misunderstood snake that is deeply engraved in the history of the people on the African continent.
Today we're looking for the infamous puff adder. Now this ridge that I'm following up today is a perfect place to hunt one down, because these puff adders like to look for the sun. So I'm going to work my way from down in the river all the way up to the top fynbos, where they love to hunt striped field mice. So we'll see if we can track one of these big vipers down. Now I've made my way down to the river. The puff adders also have to come down to drink. Though a puff adder is not really an animal that loves the forest, I have tracked them down here before. They come for a drink and they will occasionally even go for toads. So not unlikely to find them, and especially if it's been a hot day, they will come down into the forest from the top of the fynbos. So what I'm going to do now, I haven't seen anything here yet. Before the sun goes down, I'm going to work my way up to the top of the ridge and see if we can track down a puff adder that's basking. And you have to remember, puff adders can climb and they can swim. So I always have to keep my eyes open on either side, either in the water or in the lower lying branches, because they love to bask on those branches. So I'm going to keep going this way now. I've finally gotten to the ridge now, so we're up on the plateau, high up on the mountain now. I think this is where we're going to find the puff adder. I've started down at the river, I've looked through the forest. I think it's a bit too cool, the sun is going down now, so I think the puff adders have come up and they might be basking up at the top here. This ridge is famous for having puff adders climb up on the rocks or on low lying branches, and they'll lie and catch the last bit of sun rays before the sun goes down. So I'm on my mission to look for one, and this area is a perfect area. Oh, look at this. As I'm saying that, there is another nice dwarf chameleon. Look at this, so camouflaged. These guys are doing so well here. There's no humans catching them. Look at this. Yes, it's a beauty. It's definitely a male. Oh, he's warning me. Very gently picking him up. Look at that prehensile tail. Wow. That is a stunning little chameleon. These are one of my favorite animals in the whole world, and I'm going to do a whole episode dedicated to them as well. Just true ancient little dragons hunting out here, and they will go all the way from the bottom of the forest, living all the way up here in the fynbos. And these males have territories that they defend. They'll actually fight for the territory to mate with the female, and the females will give birth to live babies. Incredible little animals, and I love this whole dwarf chameleon family. I'm going to put you back again, just you're a cute little guy. Look at that cute. Oh, ooh, warning me. They got quite a nasty little bite. A sweet little thing. And now that it's getting winter and getting cooler, they'll also start slowing down a lot. And he's also out there catching the last sun rays. Unfortunately, they get hunted by boomslang, which come up here and hunt them as well. But I like to keep an eye out for these guys. One of my favorite animals on the planet. Now I'm going to put you back, and you can climb up again. Catch those last bit of sun rays. Wow, amazing little find. And now I'm going to work my way up and see if we can track down this puff adder before the sun goes down. Oh, look at this. We've got a puff adder basking on the hillside, just like I predicted. They love to climb on lower branches to catch the sun. There's only a very little bit of sun left. These snakes are crepuscular, so they're active at dusk and dawn. The sun is busy going down, so he's catching the last rays. And people believe that these snakes can't climb, but look at this massive male I can see with the long tail climbing. Ooh, he's a little bit nervous. He saw me coming up here. I thought first it was something else, but it's definitely a puff adder. And I find these snakes basking on low branches very often in the forests. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and gently move him off here so I can show you. Let's just pick up. This doesn't see, he's broadening that head a bit. Look at that. If I give him a gentle stroke, look how well he's climbing. People think these fat-bodied snakes can't climb. They can climb and they can swim incredibly well. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that tongue flickering. Whoa, he's looking at me now. I want to go in front. They've got massive front hinging fangs that they flick forward. And when they sink those fangs in and they bite you, you're going to wish you were dead from the pain that's following. Very potent cytotoxic venom, which is tissue dissolving venom. And you do not want to get bit. But look at the snake. He's just calmly trying to climb away. Who would think a big, heavy-bodied snake like this would be able to climb so well? Look at that. That is remarkable. Incredible power. You see the keeled scales and rough scales. Unlike some of your other snake species, they've got a soft scale. You see these clear chevron markings on the body. Just catching sun, and I can feel it's nice and hot here. I'm actually sweating a bit, so it's an incredible place for a puff adder to be climbing. So I'm going to try and work him out without upsetting him too much. And just to show that if you're gentle, even with Africa's most feared viper, he's staring me right in the eye here. And let's see how we're going to get to you gently. I'll put you back in the tree, old guy. It's definitely a nice old male sitting here in the fynbos. Don't want that head to swing back and bite me. Sure, look at that. Look at the size of him. That's a nice sized puff adder. Look at this. Look how gentle he is. That is incredible. An adult male puff adder. Africa's most feared viper. Look at this. High up on the ridge side of a mountain here. Just catching the last bit of sun rays as the sun's busy going down. Remarkable. Look at that tongue flickering. Flickering. Not quite sure what's going on. An old guy. Not too fazed by me. Just catching those last sun rays. I'm stay away from that sharp end because nice, calm down, sorry buddy, it's gonna gently calm you down a bit, yeah. And he's a nice fat puff adder. He's been successful up here, lots of striped field mice up here, so he sits and waits in ambush and eats. And now that it's getting close to winter, he's probably gonna catch the last bit of sun rays and then go into hibernation. Just look at that. Yeah, I'm always a bit nervous. He's huffing a little bit of huffing, just warning me. But look, if I'm gentle, I'm not squeezing his body, I'm allowing him to move where he wants to move. Look at that. Look at that. That is remarkable. A puff adder. Can you believe that you can handle such a snake so well? And if the snake had to bite me, it would deform my face. So I don't want to get a snap in the face. But as long as you're gentle like this, even the most feared snakes settle down very nicely. Look at that remarkable puff adder. I'm going to try and put you back in the tree so you can keep basking. It was an amazing experience. Just look at that. Look how gentle he is. That is amazing. Generally when these snakes get older like this, they seem to settle down a lot more than the younger ones because they know they're at the top of the food chain. Not many predators out here that would hunt a puff adder like this. Just look at that. Man, that's amazing. He's slightly inflating his throat, but not even getting that upset. I'm going to put him there back in the tree here. What a beautiful snake. Yes. Such a heavy-bodied snake. Look at him. Look how strong he is. Look at that. Remarkable. That is remarkable. Wow. Look at him smelling the air. He's got a Jacobson's organ in the roof of his mouth. He's smelling now. He's actually coming towards me now. Look at that. That is remarkable. He's smelling me. He's smelling me. Actually looking at me in the face. You got to be careful. You don't want to get bitten in the face by him. But I'm always amazed by how actually gentle these snakes are. And obviously no one must try this at home. It's just something that after years of working with, and you can't do this with every snake either. Some of them will be more aggressive than others. I find the older snakes after mating season, it's generally quite gentle. But obviously it takes years to work this out. And I'm just always amazed by how, look at this snake. He's actually sniffing me and looking at me. And he's just living out here, basking in the sun. Then he goes and hides out. In the morning he wakes up again. They do move at night as well, but they love this last bit of sun. Look how beautifully he's climbing. This is a remarkable experience. And I've had many people argue with me about puff adders being able to climb. But look at this guy. He climbs almost like a caterpillar. He's moving in a straight fashion up here. That is amazing. He's checking me out. He comes and checks me out. An old boy, and you can see with the long tail. Just gently touch the tail here. The tail is much longer on the males than on the females, and the females do get larger, and the female gives birth to live babies, and they can give birth up to 50 to even 100 babies at a go. So a very common snake, and unfortunately they cause a lot of bites in Africa because people are walking by and they step on them. They're ambush hunters, so they lunge out and bite, and these guys can strike at almost 15 meters per second. Incredibly powerful strike, but with all that power, still gentle. Look at that, look how gentle he is. He's checking me out, he's turning his head towards me. Sniffing, look at the tongue. He's just picking me up, picking up all my scent. That is remarkable. Even though they've got nocturnal eyes, they can sit out in the sun active. So you can see he's got that cat-looking eyes. But he can see me, but he relies mostly on a smell when he's hunting. He waits for the rat or a mouse to run past, and he'll lunge out, bite, inject the venom, and then the rat will run a little distance and he'll move off and go pick him up and eat him. But he's just loving the sun. I'm going to leave him. The sun is just about to go down, so he's catching the last rays. I'm going to say thank you very much for that honor to have worked with you. What a remarkable animal. And he is so gentle. Look at that. Can even give him a little stroke here. Sniffing, sniffing. Thanks, man.